So, just got done listening to an interview with Chris Weidman on the MMA Hour. Was it the morning of March 26th? I guess it's just happened. I'm in Spain, so it's the 25th if you're in the US. I mean, dude, the guy, first of all, Chris Weidman, dude, he broke his leg, came back for a fight against Brad Tavares. Is that right? Well, whoever he fought, right, went to town on his leg too. I think it was Brad Tavares. But anyway, he came back to fight. Um, Took some shots to that leg too. And now he's scheduled to fight again. I mean, what a guy, dude. Imagine breaking your leg. Yes, it was Brad Tavares. He lost. And now he's fighting Bruno Silva end of March. I think this weekend. So, respect to Chris Weidman. I mean, he's not my favorite fighter per se as a fan. I did earn. He earned a lot of respect when he knocked out Anderson. Um, that was crazy. But he never really stuck with me as a fighter that I really like followed or admired. But he's a legend, I think. Especially now the way he's kind of coming back or coming back. He's fighting again. He's not coming back as a title challenger by any means. But this video is not about Chris Weidman. This video is about Conor McGregor. And the reason I mentioned Chris Weidman is because I wanted to contrast that with what's going on with Conor McGregor, who also broke his leg against Dustin Poirier in their third fight. That was almost 3 years ago. It happened in July 10th. Almost 3 years ago. Okay. Chris Weidman broke his leg 3 months earlier, more or less. And he's already doing his second fight. Conor has been, I don't know, playing this game with Chandler, putting Chandler through some mental, like, I don't know, shit, bro. What's going on with Conor? A lot of people are talking, interesting takes. But I haven't heard anyone say this. Conor's scared. He's scared to fight MMA. I think he wants to box. He wants to box Manny Pacquiao. But he doesn't want to get kicked in the legs ever again. And I mean, is that crazy? The dude broke his fucking leg in the octagon, right? That's traumatizing. Think about putting yourself through that experience, right? Losing a fight that way, being the man that is Conor McGregor in the sport that is MMA, losing a fight in such a manner, breaking your leg. That's dude. I would not be able to come back from that. I've tapped out in life for a lot less. Okay? This is why I admire Chris Weidman. And I do admire Conor McGregor. The guy, there's a lot to admire. There's also a lot to to look at with you know, in a cautionary manner in terms of his behavior. I think that's related. I think the reason why um, we see Connor acting the way he's acting in this insane kind of unpredictable, sporadic, often seemingly uh, drug induced um, attitude is exactly because of this. I think it's because he's sort of in a contract. He's being pushed to fight someone who he doesn't want to fight, Michael Chandler, who will go to town on his legs, who will do everything right to win that fight, and Connor doesn't want that. So look, it's not something. I'm not saying that Connor's a bitch or a pussy. Like I said, I wouldn't be able to do it myself. But I think we're never gonna see Connor fight MMA again. I think if we do, we might see him in some kind of weird exhibition where maybe, somewhere in the fine print of the contract, the opponent's not allowed to kick his legs, or if he does, he's not allowed to kick the broken leg, something like that. But I don't think we're gonna see Conor McGregor in a real MMA fight again. And because of that, these things, man, sometimes your brain will just tell you to not do the thing that broke your fucking leg. Your brain will just say no. It will just not process it in a positive way after you go through an experience like that. You can't blame the guy. But nobody's saying this, right? Everyone thinks, and yeah, in a way, Connor is, like I said, a very remarkable human being, and probably capable of doing a lot of things that most people are not capable of doing. He's an incredible athlete. Um, Not the best in the sport, never really was, in my opinion. But yo, that's what I'm saying. This is why the UFC can't force him to fight. He's one of those people. He doesn't really need the money. So you got Michael Chandler here. Um, they did a freaking tough season together. When was that? Right? Let's have a look. Um, I mean, that was a year ago almost, right? So why haven't they fought? What's going on? USADA's gone, dude. That's what they were saying at first. He needs to be in the pool for a certain amount of time or something like this. Dude, it wasn't even a factor, turns out, right? I mean, why can't I find the freaking date on this? Tough season, man. I'm seeing things from like 6 days ago. Um, but explain to me that, right? Why is it taking so long? So this happened in 2023. Give me the date, please. August of 2023. I mean, we're coming up on 1 year since, right? And then they're saying he's busy with Roadhouse and all this. Nah, he's just maybe not scared. He's not willing to go in there anymore. Scared, whatever you want to call it, traumatized. Uh, it's not a good idea, right? This is another thing I was thinking. Apart from like pro wrestling, right? How many actual sports do you have where a person breaks a limb, right? A bone, in their limb, something that's crucial to the sport, and they actually come back and are expected to come back and perform at a top level. I mean, imagine if LeBron James went for like a slam dunk and landed on his leg the wrong way and it snapped in the shin, right? And you see the fucking, you know, spaghetti leg or whatever in slow motion. Like nobody would ever expect that guy to ever play basketball again. We would be totally content to see him maybe just coach or whatever, or just be some kind of, have like some kind of post career as I don't know, basketball coach or commentator. I don't know, something like that. But nobody would expect him to come back, right? But we're all expecting Conor to come back. I mean, give the guy a break. Um, he's probably never gonna come back. That's what I think. Nobody's addressing this fact that he went through that. Some people come back. Chris Weidman, like I said, man, amazing guy, dude. Just to get back in there after breaking your leg. I think Chris Weidman's leg break was worse. Like his leg was from contact, whereas Connor's, well, who knows which was worse, honestly. But Connor's wasn't even like he kicked. He he put weight on that leg, and I think he, yeah. But that doesn't mean that it was worse or not. Yeah, let me know what you think. This is something nobody's really mentioning. Everyone's trying to think Connor this, trying to think. It's like they're giving every other reason under the sun. It's not that he's scared to fight. I'm sure if Connor had a working leg that never broke, that didn't have any problems with it, any major problems with it, he would get right in there, man, and knock this Michael Chandler out, possibly, or give him a good scrap at least, right? But there's a reason for why he hasn't fought in 3 years. There's a reason why we're coming up on, in I guess 3 months or 4 months. It'll be 1 year, or yeah. So let's do the math. 8 months since the top season, and he hasn't fought. He's not fighting anytime soon. You look at UFC. If we look at the schedules as of this date, he's not on there. So we're not going to see him until we come up on a year. That's for sure. So we got 301 announced already with Pantoja, Usyk, and that's in May, right? So International Fight Week, I think, was the last mention of it. That's gonna be June, late June. I guess UFC 303. I mean, there's a possibility he'll be on that card, but like I said, man, if I'm right, and I usually am, I'm not gonna see this guy fight in the UFC or any major MMA thing again. We might see him against Manny Pacquiao in some kind of weird exhibition. And nah. Stop fooling yourselves, guys. And if you're a fan of Conor McGregor, you might as well just accept it now. Maybe just watch his boxing exhibition with whoever that might be with. But yeah, you heard it here first, exclusively on Halfcast, right? Thanks, guys, so much. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll have my PayPal details, alfonsouriarte3@gmail.com. I'll have that also in the description. So please do consider sending a donation over, whatever it is, $1, $2, $5, or more. That'd be greatly appreciated. Yeah, stay tuned for my next videos. Have a good one. Bye.